Grammy nominated singer and songwriter Angie Stone just released her latest album, Love Language. You can stream it or buy it in stores now. Angie, such an honor. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. I appreciate you as well.
You talk a little bit about the theme of Love Language and how it's a grown-up album. Tell me a little bit about the feel of this album, maybe some of the previous albums.
Well, I just think this album touches on everything I've ever done. It kind of cascades across the journey of Angie Stone. It's a love language, and it's something that I've experienced. I've seen every situation. I can elaborate on each song, and it means so much to me to be grown and sexy.
You are definitely both of those things. And what I love about this album is that I think there's a time and a place, maybe when you're a teenager and you're longing for that first kiss or your first relationship and you identify with certain songs. And sometimes you have your first relationship and you celebrate. And sometimes you've been through some things. And this is an album for so many people that you can identify with once you really know what you want.
Exactly. I'm glad you got it. It means I've done well.
You have done well, because especially the song that I want to chat about first, The Gym, Musiq Soulchild, a duet. Tell me a little bit about creating that, because there's so many lines of that song that I want to quote over and over, because I think so many people can understand relationships when you want to start one, when you need to end one, when you just got to say no because of that song.
Yeah, I just think that people get in relationships, you start out one way. It's easy to get into and hard as hell to get out of, because one thing is you don't want to hurt anybody, and at the same time it's no good way to break up with somebody. So when you into someone in the beginning and you got to part ways, it's either it's going to be a messy breakup or it's going to be an amicable one. And I just think with The Gym, we saying, hey, look, you out of line, I'm pissed with you. We got this thing going, but I'm declining you because you ain't acting right. And then at the same breath, he's saying, it's too much pressure on me. So it's this thing that when you disagree in love, it doesn't mean you should hate each other. It just means that you disagree. So it's a hard pill to swallow, because it's easy to get into and hard to get out of.
Oh, exactly. And so many people can identify, with that. But then also, another track I want to talk about is that you get to bring your son into this album. Whose idea was that? How was it creating that track together?
Well, you know what? That was one of the last songs we put on the album, and it had a vibe of old school neo soul stuff that I did 20 years ago. And so when I sat down and I went, I want to reminisce, go backwards in time. How do we get that old thing back? That feeling came, and then my son just happened to be in the studio that day, and my manager said, hey, Suevo, come in here and throw a rhyme on this for me. And he actually did it in one take. It was not planned. It was something that he did, and he's naturally good at it. So he just came in and knocked it out. And I was just like, I hadn't done that kind of neo soul in so long that I wasn't sure if I liked it, but people are starting to just love that song, because I think it is reminiscent to what we used to do, and we had Bone and Pick and all those songs. It takes you back there.
It takes you back there, because this is one of those albums, like, Mahogany Soul for me, that was one of the other ones where you just put on the beginning, you let it go all the way through while you're having a date, while you're, cleaning the house, whether you're just relaxing at home, when your friends are over. And now it's like, you get to relive that same kind of memory as far as like an album that you listen from beginning to end.
Yes, that's just funny you say that, because whenever I get to cleaning up, I have to go and put the whole CD on, because it's something about it, the tempo of the record, the whole vibe kind of helps you to navigate through whatever you're going through.
I want to talk a little bit as your fans, your fan base is getting older, because I know, like, for me, it's like I had those albums that like my parents listened to that I began to love because of them. What may be some of the messages you get on social media or when you meet fans, as far as like, oh my God, this was my mom's favorite album, or my auntie used to play this all the time, or I play this and now I listen to it with my kids?
It's so funny because I get all of those messages. I get My mom, you're my mom's favorite. She loves you. My aunt loves you. My brother loves you. Oh, my uncle loves you. And then I have some kids who they love Kiss You, Kiss You, Kiss You. They want to hear that record. So it is an album that spans across the radar in terms of age numbers, but it is a grown and sexy album. So it caters to people, 30 and up. And I just feel like those people have finally graduated and said, okay, I'm out of the club right now. I'm into the man or the woman. I'm into, being cute. Or I'm into driving my Tesla. I'm into doing, I want to be seen and heard in a sexy, mature way. And I just think when you're listening to the right kind of music, you garner the attention of the people that you're attracted to.
Oh, exactly. You just mentioned Kiss You. The song came out right before Valentine's Day. Perfect song for people's Valentine's Day playlist. I mean, it's not just for 2023, but for years and decades to come. It's going to be one of those songs
Yes.
that people are going to put on there when it's like, romantic time.
Yes, Kiss You is that definitely a sweet tooth. I mean, you can put that song in a Hallmark card and be okay.
Any touring plans?
I have some tour dates lined up. This Friday I'll be in Albany. This weekend I'll be in Albany, and then the following week I have a big festival in Atlanta. I have Chicago. I have Miami. So I have a few places that I have to go and do my thing.
It's been a minute since you've been out on the road, especially coming here to Chicago. What are some of your favorite things as far as like, all right, we got this new album. I'm going to play some of the new stuff. I'm going to play some of the old stuff, and coming back to play it for the fans.
Well, I'm excited about that. I mean, I've never gotten dusty or rusty in that because I'm always working. I mean, even if I'm doing spot dates, I just came from the UK in February, over there for 2.5, almost 3 weeks, and I needed a break. So, this is a well-deserved break. I'm getting ready to go back out there. It's the summer, so I'm just looking to have fun. I'm not gonna overdo it. I'm just gonna probably tease everybody with a couple of the new songs, do my classics, and call it a wrap.
Angie's brand new CD, Love Language, in stores now. You can go ahead and stream it. And Angie, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Have a great one.
We'll see you in Chicago soon.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.